Tackle up, get out!
Driving right up towards the line. Cam Neal laid claim to that. Still Exeter's possession. Feyi-Waboso. That's incredible strength. It's gone through two players from point-blank range and a standing start. Quadriceps for days.
That is bonkers power, isn't it?
Close to a year out with those shoulder and hamstring problems. And reminding Sandy Park just how special he is. Newcastle possession. Gordon chooses not to risk the pass. Exeter come tumbling in off their feet.
Would have been a really good opportunity to counter there, but Vincent goes head first down.
Brett Connon with the Sandy Park gusts at his back. Gives Newcastle their first points of the afternoon. Zambonin with another claim. Vincent coming off. Craig Maxwell-Keys taking evasive action.
Yes, please. Take him back in, so no 50-22 option.
Varney scoops it high. Forward comes Spencer through the forwards. Vincent's picked it up. Goodbye. He's gone. You give him an inch of space, and Ross Vincent's V8 engine will do the rest. But we need to check how we got here. Whose fingertips did that ball ricochet off?
Feyi-Waboso's down. It was a massive collision. He jumps really late.
By an Exeter player on the chase.
I think Liam Williams comes in and hits him. Let's see this now.
Just looking.
No, it's Spencer, isn't it? He gets up.
Over the fingers of Roots. Hammersley takes it well though, and keeps the momentum up for Exeter. Zambonin looking for his first Chiefs try. Round the corner once again. McGuigan in there defending. Ominous times for Newcastle. Exeter will want to make it pay this time. Skinner, wide it goes, and all Feyi-Waboso has to do is catch it and score. A run in for the try machine. Back scoring at Sandy Park again.
Well, that's how you exploit the red zone, isn't it?
Josefa Scott's in there, Hammersley's in there. Wheeling around towards the corner flag. Tumbling towards the whitewash. And plundering the bonus point score. And it is the big bopper from Gauteng, Joseph Dweba, who plants it onto the white paint.
All about control and power, wasn't it, Jamie? Their ability to just stay really tight.
Newcastle get the line out working this time. Freddie Clark took it. George McGuigan has it. And they are creeping their way towards a first try in the West Country. McGuigan in possession, tumbling over. And Newcastle do mount some kind of response. First try in the dying minutes of the half.
It just seems like whenever side gets into the red zone now, they're just allowed to score.
That well in the breeze. Every Exeter carry
kicks on to Brown Bampo.
And here it comes, Skinner looking for Feyi-Waboso, and it is a hat-trick. On his return to Sandy Park, Manny Feyi-Waboso show-stopping again, and reminding everyone in the southwest just what they've been missing.
Finally, 15 minutes of just absolutely dire rugby.
Both a Chamberlain as well, saw him in shot, has come on for Brett Connon. He'll come in at fly half. Grayson to Maffey, third receiver, just as powerful there as he is everywhere else. Well, it wasn't a great pass, and nor was that. Harvey Skinner picking pockets and plotting a route to the posts.
Yeah, it's really well read defensively from the Chiefs. Skinner capitalises and gets the points, but it's a collective effort.
4 years in a row outside the playoffs, Exeter Chiefs. Lineouts like that not helping them either. It's a couple that have gone too far, and Newcastle looking to profit. Grayson, Doherty, oh, he went for the spectacular. Alex Earl's got work to do here, but hasn't he done it well? Super finish from Alex Earl. 3 tries in 3 matches at the start of this new season, and that was an excellent finish. And Exeter, for the first time in a while, winning again. They began last season with 8 games without a victory on the spin. They won only 4 in 18 throughout the whole campaign, but they have their first bonus point triumph of the new season. How good to see Immanuel Feyi-Waboso fit, firing, flying, scoring again. A treble of tries for Sandy Park's darling as he works his way back to full fitness. And doesn't he look a frightening prospect once again? The end of a turbulent week for Newcastle Red Bulls, the first after the axing of Steve Diamond as their director of rugby. And despite the bravery and the power of Amanaki Mafi and all the rest of them, it is yet another away defeat. Approaching 3 years now without a win away from Kingston Park in this competition. So maximum points for Exeter Chiefs, their first victory of this new Gallagher PREM season. They prevail here at Sandy Park by 38 points to 15.
Manny, a hat-trick in your first league outing here at Sandy Park in an awfully long time, I think since Toulouse in December last year. Big smile on your face. How much fun did you have out there?
Yeah, it was amazing. Like, before, the build-up to this game was massive for me and for all the boys. It felt like, obviously, like, we haven't won at home for a while now, and obviously I haven't won at home for ages, and coming back home, seeing all the fans, hearing all the fans, it was unbelievable. It was really emotional, like, even in the warm-up and stuff. Just being back at Sandy Park is massive, so yeah, it means a lot.
It's been quite the journey for Exeter collectively, but personally for you as well. The shoulder, the hamstring, not being able to compete for a spot on a Lions tour. What was the toughest part in that long spell where you weren't able to get consistent minutes on the pitch?
I think it was obviously just the time out and watching at home. Obviously, I had opportunities against France and stuff, and then obviously I got a red card as well, but it's entirely my fault, and it's just the way it was. Obviously, I'm absolutely gutted, but can't do anything about it. You just gotta play. And I'm really enjoying playing again, being back at Exeter and like playing with all the boys. I feel like they had a really tough pre-season. Obviously, I was a part of that a little bit, and it was just, boys are in amazing shape, and it showed today. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
Psychologically, Rob's spoken a lot about the need to handle adversity better within games, to deal with errors when they come, to bounce back and to do your next job really well. Is that a big focus for the team as a collective? Because there were points today again where maybe a penalty turns into a mistake, turns into some mauled defence, and suddenly you're conceding tries.
Yeah, obviously that's a point that has been brought up quite a lot, especially after Northampton as well. Obviously that first half wasn't great, but I think we're still learning, and I think we learned quite quickly as well. Obviously that Northampton game we learned in the space of half time. Obviously we would have liked the win, but a draw with the bonus points all right, and then coming here and getting 5 points is massive. So I think we are taking steps in the right direction, but obviously there's always work on, isn't there? So
I know you're a guy who'll tell me you're not getting ahead of yourself, you're not long back fit, you want to take it one game at a time, but of course there are some huge games for your national team coming up, the Autumn Nation Series just on the horizon. How excited are you, how desperate are you to get back in that squad and get back out at Allianz Stadium again?
Oh, I'd love to. If I get the opportunity again, I'd love to. Obviously I just need to get a lot of game time, try and play as much as I can, and then put my best foot forward to be selected, so we'll see.
Have you had any chats with Steve Borthwick and the coaches around how you're tracking, what they want to see from you in the lead up to this tournament?
Yeah, they've given me my work-ons, obviously, in attack and D and kick battle and stuff, and just trying to work on them every week, and obviously getting game time is the best thing that I can do. So.
I'd be cheeky and ask, biggest work on they want to see you improve on?
Nah, I'll keep it to myself. Thanks. Yeah.
And your first hat-trick today?
Yeah, it was. It's special, to be fair. A lot of them were walk-ins. Skins and Varney put me in the right position. So yeah, it's nice.
Manny, congratulations. Well played today.
Cheers. Thanks, mate.
Thank you, mate. Cheers. All the best.
Cheers, guys. Thanks.
Rob, a big win, an important win as well at home. What pleased you most about that performance today?
I think probably how we started. We threw a huge amount of energy into the start of the game, and we kept going and we kept going and we kept going. I was actually looking at us going, this kind of reminds me of what I like to see in an Exeter team. We're going to go hard here. We're going to make you have to stand there and defend us. We're going to make you have to work really, really hard. And we're going to see kind of if we can make any breaks happen, and eventually we did. Because there was more of that actually in the first half, wasn't there? We actually missed a couple of really good opportunities, just with kind of, we're going to score and then we drop a ball or whatever. And that kind of is frustrating, but it also bodes well, because we're creating so many opportunities there, and it's a build of pressure on pressure on pressure. That's what's satisfying. I mean, the other thing, and you can't run away from it, is we've got 8 points from 2 games. We're in the top 4 currently tonight, and you kind of look and go, how now we're already in a position where things are in our hands a little bit. If we want to be a team in around the top of the table. We have to just keep collecting points week by week by week. We've traditionally liked that challenge, to be there and say, right, come and get us, rather than so to be chasing it down. That's what feels so different. Right now, the vibe in the changing room feels very different because they've got something tangible from 2 games of rugby. You know, if we can collect 8 points from 2 games all the way through, it's going to be a very, very good season. Do you know what I mean? You average 4 points a game, that's going to be the challenge. Obviously, we go to Bristol in a week's time. They will challenge in a lot of different ways than we've had today. But we should be up for it now. We should be up to go in there and really standing and fighting for what we've already achieved and what we want to get.
I don't want this to sound at all negative, Rob, because you're standing here after an important win, a 6-try win, and a win where you were never really under any pressure of losing. But were there elements, that psychological side that you spoke about, particularly when Newcastle got their try, there was back-to-back penalties, a restart out on the full, maybe just evidence that those little psychological things are going to take a bit more time?
Well, that's probably my one frustration, is that little period happened. But at the same time, that's also a nice slap in the face, and it kind of wakes you up again, because it didn't escalate beyond that. We had that running into half time, but what do we do just for half time? We actually stop that momentum, we change it over to our way, and then we followed that through in the second half. We kept the ball in the opposition 12. They didn't get out of there beyond their 10-metre line for the first 7 minutes of the second half. That's you taking back momentum really, really well. I thought that was what was one of the key moments, because then, even though we created a couple of try-scoring moments that first 7 minutes, we didn't lose territory. We didn't give up a double penalty. We didn't get pushed out of their half. We basically stayed there till we took control of the game. That, to me, is probably the more important step than the negative one.
I get the sense there's a lot of polish and gloss that can be added to these players, particularly some of those that are either coming back from injury, that are new to the club, or they just haven't played a whole lot of senior rugby yet because of their age profiles. How excited are you about the growth potential that this squad has this season?
Well, I'm hugely excited by it all, but it's a little bit like you've just said. They've got to grow as players, and they've got to grow their belief in the team and what they need to do within the team. That's still going to be our challenge, because once we get them fully aligned and fully focused on what their individual roles are, that's what will really allow us to blossom. It's coming, but there's more there, and that's what's the exciting thing.
What else is coming next week? A couple of Wallabies should be arriving off the plane from Perth. Lenny Kitau and Tom Hooper, obviously have to see how they've pulled up after the Bledisloe this morning, but do you expect them to be available for Bristol, or are you thinking more Harlequins the week after?
There is the outside possibility of Lenny Kitau being available. He arrives slightly earlier this week than Tom, but they should both be up and running and available the following week, as you say, providing they've come in after today with no injuries.
And just lastly, a word on Immanuel Feyi-Waboso. His first try was an epic finish. The other two were a little bit more conventional by his lofty standards. I can't believe it's his first ever hat-trick in pro rugby. That's quite the stat. But how do you feel he's tracking with his long injury record, time out of the game, England selection just around the corner? What kind of shape do you feel he's in?
Pretty happy with his shape at the minute, because he actually isn't probably where he wants to be fitness-wise. That's going to come with some additional game time, and that additional game time is just going to make him better and better and sharper. And it's a nice problem for us to have, someone with that potential on the wing who's only going to get better. So he's a little bit of a place like a couple of other guys, and that's the exciting thing. Where I think we're just starting to see our potential now. We've got to grow from here. That's going to be the challenge. If we can grow more than the other teams, that's the battle, isn't it? The battle is to who can grow the most week by week in the Premiership.
Top man, Rob, well done today.
Actually.
Thank you, mate.